Get the live. Let that kick in. All right, it's coming up. Look at us on time and stuff.
What's going on, dude?
On time and stuff and people. All right. Everybody should be getting their notifications right now. And then we'll kick it off. So housekeeping. What's up, John? Housekeeping. So I will count down 3, 2, 1, and then we'll go silent, Brian, for like 5-10 seconds, and then I'll introduce you and say, this is who you are. And then at the end of it, when we're done having the conversation, we'll say, thanks a lot, man. Have a good night. Don't hang up. We'll still be on the live feed, but that's where I will end the recording for the podcast, for the release, and then we'll just talk about it a little bit before we cut you loose.
Cool.
All right. Adam's on. John's on. Hop Hunter's on. Mud Raider. Nice. Adam, I tell you what, Adam is already like texting me twice a day about the trip. He is so ready to go. What's up, Mark? We need to figure out. So I should be able to get Thursday, Friday out. Are you taking Thursday, Friday?
No, I have to work that Thursday.
Okay.
But if you guys drive out there Thursday, I will drive out.
You're
Thursday
after
night.
work?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm. If everything plays out right, I will be taking Thursday, Friday off. I was thinking like 10 o'clock. We take off on Thursday, get out there at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
Set up, go check out a couple things. So that will get us going.
I'm very excited for the trip. Very excited.
Yes, Mud Raider. Yes, I have. I watched their SNL performance this weekend, and I've listened to it since. And we're going to talk about how awesome the Foo
Hey,
Fighters
Mudray,
are.
do me a favor. Unfollow me on Instagram.
Yeah, go ahead and log out now.
Mud Raider got my back. I think Adam, too. Adam sent me a text. He's like, have you seen this yet?
Are
I'm
you
like,
serious?
Yes. No, I'm not even kidding.
Adam, do me a favor, too. Unfollow me on Instagram.
Adam sent me a text with the new Foo Fighters, and he's like, have you seen this yet? And I'm like, yes, I have.
Why'd you say it all creepy like that?
Because it makes me feel creepy and dirty inside.
Oh, God, help me. I got to get out of this room. I'm going to start doing this remotely again. So I feel safe.
There's no safe space for you.
I guess not.
Okay. You guys ready? All right, Brian, you ready?
Ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, good evening, everybody. It is Monday at 6:30. We are live on YouTube, and we have joining us on the big screen in the studio is Brian Hampton from Air Down Off-Road. How are you doing tonight, man?
I am doing fantastic. How about you guys?
Good. I am digging the brick wall setup you got back there with your hats. That's a good looking setup
Very
right there.
Joe Rogan-like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The old
I
studio.
built it today.
Did
I was really hoping it.
Did you?
It only is this big.
Yeah.
It's
Did you?
really that
Did you
big.
run to Home Depot and get one of those 4x8 panels that look like
just
brick
like
and just
a-
lead it?
Oh yeah, it just screws right in.
We almost had that here at the studio. Like I was looking at that, going, maybe I'll just stick those panels up there and make it look like brick. But
It goes in really easy.
Yeah.
Really simple. You'll love it.
It looks
You gotta do it.
fantastic. So good job
Well, thank
to
you.
you. Thanks for joining us. We have been I'm trying to think of when we first ran into you. I don't think it was the first Eco Crawl. I think it was before that.
Was
Yeah.
it at that Tacoma 3G thing?
Were you guys down at the Tacoma? No, I don't think you
No,
were.
It was Eco Crawl.
Was it?
Eco
It was the
Crawl.
very
Oh,
first
wow.
Eco Crawl that we. I think maybe we had run in some circles together, but the first time we actually met was at Eco Crawl. For those of you that don't know what that is, go back about 100 episodes and listen to the crap show that is that. But I mean, since then, so at Eco Crawl, you guys won. You won the Nexen tires, right?
Yep.
We will come
Yep,
back to
that's-
that. And then, I mean, thinking back to that time, Eco Crawl.
Then we met up with them again after a run we did, and then we met up with them at Redlands.
At
Jeep.
Redlands Jeep.
Yep.
But I'm thinking back to the early days when you had the one booth and like a handful of shirts and hats and koozies. And I think about now seeing your brand everywhere on social media, on Bailey Campbell, on, you guys are really, really, you have grown exponentially. So let's start back at EcoCrawl. Like, where did Air Down Off-Road come from? What made you start this journey?
Oh man, so it's actually a fun story, and I think it's a little special because there's a couple of things that I've never told you guys about how the name came to be. So this will be fun to kind of tell you guys live. So I think it was 2016. Me and my wife made the smart decision of purchasing a Rubicon.
I'm sorry.
2008.
I'm sorry.
We can fix that.
We can fix
that. Money suck for sure in its own. But it's an adult Lego that never stops yanking at my wallet.
Yep.
So it's been great. But obviously, once you get the Rubicon, then you start wanting to take it off road. You got to figure out where the trails are. So I started on YouTube, started checking out social media.
Just
trying to find places.
Not to cut you off, but the nice thing about a Frontier is there's no options to like sink money into. There really
That's
isn't.
true.
So it's just wheel it like it is.
Actually, my very first truck I ever owned was a 2000 Nissan Frontier Desert Runner.
Nice.
Oh,
there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
on.
Yeah, and yeah, all you could do is buy tires for it,
and put gas in it.
torsion
And that was it. But
yeah,
that's all you
You
needed.
can crank the torsion bars and lift it up a little bit. So that was fun.
There you
It was
go.
cool. But so after kind of doing some extensive research and trying to find places to go and trying to meet new friends, trying to really learn where to be, what to put on your Jeep, what's the next mods I want to do. Just kind of like fell in love with off-road community in general, and just meeting so many people out on like different runs like Santiago Peak, or I think one of our first ones we did was Pilot Rock.
Yeah.
And just bumping into people, and everyone you meet is just incredibly helpful, super happy, just enjoying the time outside. So it was something that me and my wife totally fell in love with. So while I was doing my extensive research in social media, I have a pretty large commute. So I started to try to fill my commute up with some off-road podcasts. And that's where I actually stumbled across Trail Chasers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Quite some time ago. Yeah,
Sorry
this
about
was
that,
this was
Oh,
pre-Jose.
wow.
Oh, pre-Jose.
Oh, so when
yeah.
we were good. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the show had value. Okay, got it.
When it wasn't a shit show.
Yeah, I remember listening to the first podcast Jose was on. I feel like that right now.
That's funny.
But so as I was doing my commute, listening to your guys' podcast, I was kind of filtering through past episodes that I hadn't heard. And I've always been a guy who likes to talk other people into making bad decisions with their money as well. So I convinced a couple of my family members to go purchase Jeeps shortly after I got mine. And I wanted to now make a club, if you would, or some sort of badge that I can put on our family's Jeeps. And that's when I designed our Air Down Off-Road logo. But I didn't truly know what I was going to put on it as a name. And I was actually listening to one of your guys' podcasts on my drive, and I kept hearing the term Air Down come up. And I was like, man, I've heard it on pretty much every podcast that they've put out. It's
You heard it here, guys.
universal.
You heard it here, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag. We
Yeah,
have,
wait a minute. Did
I got
we hashtag
steak.
it, though?
We hashtag.
I would
You
like
did
to
it.
know
There
if
was-
we
there was
hashtagged
no-
it.
yeah.
I believe.
There was no hashtag. So.
I believe, I
Damn
believe
it.
that we have some stake in the
Loophole.
business at this point. I
Yeah.
don't.
Funny, I haven't been getting my royalty checks every month.
Yeah. Once I start getting them, I'll start sending them out. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
So, but yeah, so I kind of coined that term. I know you guys didn't hashtag it, so I ran with it.
Sweet.
And it was something that was
You
pretty
got us.
universal. Yep, got you. Man, that was good.
So
So-
a quick question though, like prior to that, were you like a graphic designer, like, or was that something you just did as a hobby? What made you want to? A lot of people think, oh, it'd be cool to have a logo, but not many of them take the step to actually design it. Tell me about that piece.
Yeah, so I've always been into art. My mother was always an artist. My sister's always in art. So this was something I thought I was going to do with my life. I did many years of art school as far
Okay.
as like in high school and junior high. And then when I found out how expensive art college was, that's when I kind of pumped the brakes there. So, but I do love drawing. I love the graphic design. That's what I really thought I was going to end up doing with my life. But so now I'm kind of here. I've had the past of doing logos and designs for other people. I actually owned a screen printing shop for a couple of years when I was like 18 years old. So I kind of had the background of making shirts. So once I kind of came up with that design and that name, we started doing a couple runs with some people, and we started getting a lot of like recognition as far as the logo goes. And a lot of people asking us what it was, and we didn't really know how to explain it at the time. So after we went to a meet in Wrightwood, and we passed out some koozies with our name and our Instagram, just trying to get some followers. And we actually got a pretty decent turnaround. And that was when we kind of like, okay, we got to take this serious. Like, we've got 300 followers now. We've pretty much made it. Like, so that was when we were, we had to make it into a brand.
So we talked earlier before we actually hit record where like, you know, most of the people that are doing these podcasts or these like Instagram accounts or clothing brands, we're all like still working during the day and trying to do this stuff at night. And every one of us, and I hope if you haven't yet, I hope you do get there. But every one of us has that point where you get that 300th follower and you're like, oh my, yes, this is the coolest thing in the world. Like, I can't believe
I have the number of followers I do right now.
I don't have anywhere near 300.
Yeah,
I'm still hovering like 100, I think.
Nah, you're above 2.
But I do whatever.
But
Matt's Volva has
Matt's
over 3.
Volva.
yeah, Matt's Volva has more. But we hit that point where you're like, yes, this is a thing. And then I don't know about you, Brian, but there's been times where I'm like, yeah, this is going well. And then you turn around and see someone else's count, and you're like, wait a minute, how do they have 112,000 people following them?
My dad, dude, has
I know.
22,000.
Jose's dad has 22,000 followers. It's crazy.
You should get him on the podcast, man.
He's in another space, not off road. He's
Yeah.
more into the old VW.
Old
scene.
VWs, yeah. So maybe we need to have a new
Maybe,
podcast.
dude, just-
We need to do a VW podcast and make your dad an ambassador. So what year was that? What year was the Wrightwood event and the 300 followers that were like, yes, this is going to happen?
Yeah, that was 2018.
Okay.
Like the end of 2018. So that was when we sat down and had a conversation with my dad, with my father-in-law, and was like, look, like we're kind of here already. We need to figure out what we are. And so at that point, me and my father-in-law decided to like, let's go ahead and run with this and make it a brand. And so we made the investment in some equipment. So now we have everything to do our own shirts. We do all of our own printing. I do all the designs. And it's been a heck of a lot of fun. So 2019 was full of a lot of cool events and adventures because that's kind of how we started to try to get our name out there, was hitting every show we could. And that's led us to kind of here.
Yeah, and so going back to the design, I mean, if you guys have not already gone to airdownoffroadshop.com or checked out their Instagram at airdown_offroad, you'll see, like, I love your design concepts, Brian. Like, it's just a cool shirt. It's a cool logo. Everybody in off-roading knows what air down is. Everybody knows why it's important. Like, it's like one of those basic elements of off-roading is the air down portion. It's the beginning of every adventure.
Yeah, but just for SEO, like, that's great, dude. He probably get air down off road. Like, every forum post ever is like, you have to air down before you go off roading. So,
Yeah.
dude, his search results, he's probably like number 1 search result.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's definitely helped.
So you start the brand in 2017-ish, 2018, you decide this is going to happen. And then, you said a little bit earlier, you weren't sure exactly what it was going to be. In 2020, have you decided exactly what it's going to be? Because we're still trying to figure it out. No, I asked that because we've been doing this show since 2016, and we're still trying to figure out what it's supposed to be.
It'll come to you. It'll come to you in a dream. So, we are now, we love being just an all-around off-road apparel company. So we're not really brand specific. I know it started off as something that we were pretty much heavy into Jeeps because we were all owning a Jeep, but we've all had other vehicles at other times.
But then you realize that people that have Jeeps can't afford to buy shirts because they're trying to fix their Jeeps all the time.
We're tapped out. Yeah, we are tapped out.
So,
we
mail
just
to
want to
Matt.
get everyone out there.
So the apparel, when you say apparel, because you look at your website, it's shirts, tank tops, sweaters, beanies, it's all kinds of stuff. Like, what's is there any limitation to where you want to go with the apparel stuff? Or is it like you know what, if there's a demand for it, you'll go for it.
Yeah, I definitely want to keep things open as far as if there's new trends or obviously trying to spot them ahead of time. We'd like to kind of be a little fluid on that if you could. But for right now, we kind of do everything that we can as far as silk screening and screen printing on any kind of apparel we can get our hands on. But yeah, down the road, we'd love to get obviously more embroidery will allow us to kind of hit a lot more different kinds of apparel, whether it's flannels,
Hats.
windbreakers, jackets, stuff like that. So
what's like the hottest selling item on the site?
You know what? We're huge with off-road women.
I was just going to
off-road
go
chicks.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
one
I mean,
thing.
you made your creepy comment earlier.
Hey, man, I was trying to be complimentary. Of
Try
the-
not being that complimentary.
I was just saying, damn it. I hope I didn't offend Brian. I was just saying that there's a lot of
find out
attractive women
next
in
time
his
we
family.
see him. Next time we see him at an event,
But yeah, they're all going to be
if we
looking
ever-
at me side-eyed.
Yeah, if we ever have one again.
Yeah, they're going to be like, "That's the guy over there," and I'm not going to be able to go talk to him.
I'm going, honey, just stay in the Jeep.
Yeah.
I'll go talk to them.
Stay
Just
back. Stay back.
But you guys have done a really, really good job of including women's apparel, women's branding, like, and it's not like, I mean, although you do have some of like the pink girly stuff, you've also just taken the approach of, this is a cool logo. Now I'm going to put it on a chick sweater, and it seems to be getting a lot of traction in the female off-road adventurer world. Was that intentional, or was it like, hey, let's put it out there and see what happens?
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't. I didn't think it would take off as much as it did for the women's side of things. I just thought it would look good on my wife, and I came up with a really cool design that I really liked, and I was like, okay, I want to see this on my wife. So I had to make it, and I don't know, it definitely took off like wildfire. I think our hottest selling item is probably our Bella Battalion cropped hoodie.
Yeah.
That thing you'll see it everywhere. So that's been pretty fun. I think that was kind of the most eye-opening thing when we started seeing a lot of random people that we had no clue who they were wearing it and posting it and tagging us. Like that was pretty special.
Well, not only like just random people, but like I said earlier, Bailey Campbell that seems to wear your stuff all the time. What is it? That Jeep girl, or there's another one that's always in your stuff. She's got a huge following on Instagram. Was that something that you reached out to them, or was it organic? Like they just started wearing your stuff? How did those relationship happen?
Yeah. So Bailey Campbell actually had liked one of our photos, and that was a big moment for me. So I was like, whoa, cool. And you have to share that. So I put that on my story with, Bailey likes our stuff.
Very cool.
And so she commented back on it, and then that kind of started some back and forth conversations, and she told me she really liked a couple of our designs. So I was like, well, if you like them, I would love to send them to you. And, if I happen to see you in them in some pictures, we would be ecstatic. And so we sent her some stuff, and honestly, like I sent her a couple different shirts and a hat, and like her hat is like the thing that she loves the most. She's like, this is my favorite hat. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, so you'll see her wearing the hat.
She wears it all the time. Yeah, it's not like she wore it for a post as a promotional thing. Like if you follow Bailey Campbell, you'll see her in your guys' gear all the time, which is a testament. I mean,
if you stalk Bailey Campbell, like. I
follow her on
I don't
Instagram.
know, just everything you say now sounds creepy.
I follow like a bunch of people.
If
on
you
Instagram.
stalk her like I do, you'll
did you see what she was wearing on Wednesday?
Yeah.
The only woman I stalk on Instagram is my wife. Okay.
Whatever.
So yeah, I've sent her a couple other hats, and she just keeps gravitating towards that first one. So I must have done something right with that first one, but it's been pretty cool watching her wear it, and obviously like her husband, Brian Croft.
Yep.
He's worn a couple of our shirts. So we've been pretty excited. We got a chance to meet them at Last King of Hammers. So it's been a really cool like relationship that we've been trying to foster and cater to.
That's right. Last King of Hammers, you came out and tried to meet up with us at the Icon event, and because of our crappy directions, it was like we were waving flashlights trying to track you guys down. We
lasers in the sky.
Yeah, we did connect with you a little bit late in the evening.
Elam, he came in with Elam, didn't he? Or
about the same time, about the same time. So the social media growth. I mean, you've seen your Instagram grow from 300 to where it's at now. Have you seen, is that like a proportionate growth with sales? Like as your social media is going up, is sales going up at about the same rate, or are you seeing some lag there? Like if you get a big boost in followers, there's orders to follow. Like how is social media playing with the business aspect?
Yeah, social media is pretty much our number one marketing right now. Obviously, with the fact that we're kind of shut down and there's no events, social media is kind of all we have. So anytime we do drop a new post, if it lands right and we get it in front of the right people, if it starts running and getting a decent amount of traction, that's when we do see it turn around directly into how many people are viewing our website and following the links into the pages and what kind of items that they're bringing up. So it's definitely kind of like everything in this COVID apocalyptic moment we're in.
How do you get it to drop right, and who are the right people? Can you share that with us, because we don't know.
I'm not gonna tell. No,
according to Mud Raider in the chat room, what was it that he said? He said that something about, we were talking about how much you guys have grown, and he said, yeah, unlike the Trail Chasers, due to Cody's leadership. So apparently I'm doing something wrong, and we need some help. And maybe it's time for me to retire. I don't know.
That's got some burn on it.
Every week it's got burn on it. It's the same.
That's pretty tame, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty mellow. I'm surprised that's the one you went to.
I've made the comment that I typically hide the comments in the chat room while I'm doing an interview, because I will get my soul will get crushed and I won't be able to continue based on the amount of hate I get in the show.
What I wish I could hear is like the discussions you and Tammy have after the show, where you're like crying in her shoulders, like, why don't these guys like me?
And she's like, have you met you? That's why they don't like you. She's like, I don't like you either. So
it's been cool. Like with a lot of the events, we do try to take some time at some part of the event to go meet some of the other vendors and other people that are just like displaying their Jeeps, and that's how we've kind of made a few of our relationships. I know you mentioned Jeep Girl 726. Her name's Nikki Pink. She's someone who's been an ambassador with us for about 1.5 years now, and she's been really, really cool. She's just an outstanding person, just super nice, really involved with the community. And when she drops a post, like, you can just tell her followers love her and they do listen to her, and they respect what she's advertising.
Yeah, and she's got over 31,000 followers. I mean, having someone like that as an ambassador that's a true fan of the product has got to help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So you can see the difference. It's kind of crazy when you see the numbers of followers, because obviously she's got a huge following, and but the relationship they have with their followers is just very key, or maybe they purchase their followers, and you can tell people that have and haven't. And she's someone that when she does a post, you can tell, it's like, we'll look at our Instagram, we'll see like our likes, or we'll see our followers. It's like, oh, Nikki must have posted, because she just has such a great relationship with her followers. Because we've gone the route of finding some people that have a large amount of followers, and when we get a post, it's like, well, that's not really taken off like we thought it would.
Yeah,
but so that's been kind of fun to figure out too.
Yeah, it's very hit and miss. I mean, we've experienced that here, where we've had someone on the show with a giant following that we think, oh wow, this is going to have an uptick in our numbers, and you're like, not really. And then there's other ones where we're like, oh, we're doing this interview because we're really interested in talking to this person, not necessarily because they have a huge following.
Right.
And then we see a spike in downloads because of it. And I think kind of what you're talking about is there's a difference between quantity of followers and quality of followers, and some people just have those really engaged audiences that they're speaking to directly that I feel like are relationship driven versus just numbers driven, if that makes sense.
Yeah, certainly. So, but yeah, it's been really fun meeting these people, and we got a chance to meet her at one of the events we were at, Huntington Jeep Bash. She showed up, so we got to meet her mother and her father.
Oh, cool.
And her boyfriend. So yeah, it's been pretty cool just to see, like, not only are we meeting the person who has been helping us grow, but also getting a chance to meet their family, and we threw them a few hats and sweaters. And so it's funny, her dad has a Jeep, and you'll see them go out all the time to Death Valley and post, and you'll see the whole family wearing Air Down off-road apparel, and that's just like super cool to see. So it's been a pretty fun ride.
How was that? Tell me about the first time that you were either on social media or at an event, and you saw someone wearing your brand, wearing your logo, like what did that do for you? Like, how did you feel when was that moment?
It still catches me off guard. Like the Instagram stuff is pretty cool because I kind of geek out and get ahead of it. So if I get an order, I'll find that person's name, I'll look them up on Instagram, make sure that we're following each other, and then I'll kind of sit there waiting for the shirt to show up on our Instagram, you know. And I think it hits me different when I see it in like real life. Like last King of Hammers, we were walking Hammertown, and we saw someone wearing one of our sweaters. And I had to go like tap my wife. I was like, "Do you know that person?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Yes." So I was like, pretty exciting to
We've been talking for 2 years about wanting to see someone in the wild with one of our stickers, and that hasn't happened.
Yeah, but you two have been spotted like driving around.
Yeah, we've been spotted in the trucks, but like I want to be driving down the freeway and see one of our stickers on somebody's vehicle.
Just let me know where you're driving and when, and then I'll just go by you. I'll just pass you.
Well, that's going to happen naturally, but it's...
Yeah, I think Matt is the superstar of the show. He gets noticed or flagged or spotted more than anybody else.
That's right. I would like a raise.
I'll
to get paid more money,
I'll
please.
double what you're
double your
getting
salary
right now.
now,
For
dude.
sure.
Hashtag I got double pay. tap, hashtag double pay for me.
Double pay for Matt. So going back to your family, you're talking about like the business. I know you and your father-in-law have done this. Like, it seems to be like a very, very family-centric business. Like, is everybody in the family involved in one way or another?
Kind of, yeah. So my wife does all the order fulfilling pretty much and answers emails. She works from home, so I've gotten the lucky part of that because I try to squeeze my work in between while she's actually working. So like, get some air down stuff done today. Like, so she's been pretty incredible and supportive. So I definitely got to thank her for that. But my father-in-law, he's obviously a great big help. I've been showing him how to screen print, and he's kind of our runner. Anytime we're running out of materials, he's always willing to go grab them and make things happen. And we'll get orders done overnight that we didn't anticipate. So he's been a heaven sent as well. And then obviously we got a pretty decent looking family, I think. And I get to exploit that to my full advantage.
Cody seems to think so.
What? I was trying to be complimentary, and I was saying, God, dag blurring it, you guys. You make me feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We need to course correct your
please,
behavior.
Can I please apologize to the entire family about my comments that you're attractive? And I apologize for that. I will never consider you to be attractive again. I'll stop right now. Jeez.
So yeah, I kind of force everyone anytime we do some sort of Jeep outing. I'll ask them what shirt they're wearing. I'll bring my camera and make sure I pose them somewhere. So that's been a great help. My sister-in-law is a big help with that, and my brother-in-law. So it's been pretty fun. But I'd have to say, like, the events is kind of
if you need any like husky attractive
me and Matt can
models, I'm right down the hill. Yes,
when you launch,
I think I'm pretty attractive to a certain market.
There's definitely we definitely fill a niche.
Yeah, so just so you know, I'm throwing it out there.
When you launch your next big and tall line, feel free.
big or tall.
Yeah, big or tall.
I would love to be big and tall at the same time, but I'm still short. Short.
Well, those the crop stuff tends to do the best. So I don't know.
If you do,
that's
I'll
how
be
I'm
willing
saying.
to throw one your way.
Well, yeah, Cody used to wear that netting shirt.
I full on wore crop tops. Yeah. Oh, I full on. Yeah. That and then
you cut the sides where it's like all open.
Yeah, but
down your
it's super
side.
deep V.
Oh yeah. Oh look, when I was go back into my days when I was slim and sexy
Super
ball
deep
player.
V.
We're
Crop
thinking
top.
about getting some fanny packs going too. That might work.
Dude, sign me up. I'll order 2. I'll take 2 right now. So let me ask you,
on the fanny packs.
when's the last time you wore a shirt that didn't say air down on it?
Oh, my wife asks me that every time. Like,
Tammy, same
let's
thing.
go take some family photos. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, no.
Because Tammy does the same
We're going
thing.
to church.
Tammy's like, I'm like, should I wear this or this? She's like, what do you mean, this Trail Chaser shirt or that Trail Chaser shirt? I'm like, yeah, there's a difference. I like wearing the shirts.
Yeah, I have to spot check myself when I turn around and I see her dressed up. I'm like, oh yeah, we are going to dinner. I should probably dress it up a little. Like,
So you put on your fancy hat, right?
Yeah.
You put on your nice hat
yeah.
for dinner.
It's the same.
Yeah, that's when I
it's the
turn
same
the hat
hat.
to the front.
It's just a newer one.
It's the clean one.
Yeah.
That's what happens with these. Is as they get dirtier, then that becomes the trail hat, and then the new one becomes the fancy hat.
Exactly.
I think.
I love it.
I think we can all relate. Like anybody that's got a brand that's got stuff. I mean, I think we can all relate to that in some regard, right?
Yeah, I'm either always wearing a hat or a shirt of Trail Chasers.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So of the products, I mean, like we talked about, you've got men's clothing, women's clothing, youth decals, all the stuff. What's is there anything coming up that you're excited about, or is like are you just like focusing on cranking out the stuff that's selling all the time?
Yeah, we try to keep a good backstock. So we got a healthy backstock, and we made this really cool investment right in the beginning of 2020 because we did all these shows in 2019 and we did it without a trailer. And so we're like, you know what, let's get the trailer. So we made the investment of getting the trailer for it to just become a shed sitting next to our garage. So it's made it to one event and that's it.
Yeah,
so.
Well, 2020 has been a shit show for everybody.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun, but yeah, we're dying to get to some more shows because that was probably like the funnest time of having this whole adventure is getting the whole family and throwing them in a truck and going to a trail or going to an expo or show and kind of meeting some new people. And every show has never been smooth, so it's been every show there's something new and memorable to remember and just laugh at later. And I think the worst one would probably be like not worst, but most adventurous would probably be Texas. We shot out to Bridgeport OHV. That one was cool. That was 22 hours in a truck with the whole family. We're talking my less than 1 year old baby. We're talking my less than 1 year old niece in the same truck as us, towing my Jeep because I had to take my Jeep, so we had to tow that, and that was a wild ride. So that was a heck of an adventure. So if you ever want to go to Texas, that's a great off-road park though. But
but it's 22 hours away.
Yeah, it's 22 hours away. The weather is super unpredictable. I'll tell you a quick story. It was pretty funny. So we trailer my Jeep all the way out there, 22 hours, like I said. It's not an easy drive, and I was asked to leave my Jeep, and I said, no, I want to take it. I've got to off-road while we're there.
Whoa,
I've got to display it. Yeah.
I was asked to leave my Jeep. I think that's the best way I've ever heard anybody explain that my wife got in an argument. My wife and I got into an argument about whether or not the Jeep was going. So go ahead.
pretty much. So I won that argument sadly, because it was a terrible drive. It was not fun to tow it all the way out there. And then I off-roaded probably about 15 minutes.
Cool.
And yeah, it was terrible. So I take my brother-in-law, we jump in. I was like, look, we got to go at least hit a trail. Like, we towed it all the way out here. Let's go. So we leave the family in the booth. Everything's pretty calm there. We just got done with the raffle. So we're like, let's go take the truck out and we'll just come back. So we hop in the Jeep. We go down probably like 20 minutes away. And we come across another guy who's stuck in the mud. And so I'm like, hey, this is the first time I get to use my winch. Let's do this. So we pulled up. We winched him out. So we're feeling pretty excited. We're feeling like heroes. We make our way back because we start noticing these clouds coming in. We're like, oh, it looks like it's going to rain. And then all of a sudden, as we're making our way back, it starts just coming down. Like, oh my God, we got to get back. And we get there to pull up to what looks like a tornado site. And our booth is pretty much upside down. Stuff everywhere. We're talking just air down in the freaking trees. It was just everywhere.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Oh, God. So everyone's scattering, like everyone's grabbing stuff, and we pull up and we're like, holy smokes, what just happened? And half the people grabbing our stuff, we don't even know. We're like, oh my God. So we jump out of the Jeep. We just start throwing stuff into the Jeep as fast as we can, so it's just not getting mudded out. And that was a fun one. Apparently, a windstorm came through and knocked out pretty much every Easy Up booth. One actually went down the hill, so I was pretty fortunate that ours just went upside down, but all of our gear pretty much held it down, so that was cool, I guess. But that was funny. But we met some really cool people then because Tribe 16 was right next to us, and they actually were a super big help. They jumped out and they had their little clippers and they were cutting off all the zip ties that we had done and helped us load stuff up because they showed up like real professionals in a big ass trailer. So we
So
we definitely capitalized on them being free.
So the moral of the story is, even though he won the argument, had he not had his Jeep there and been out tooling around when he should have been at the booth, now he has to hear about that every single time it comes up.
Yeah, it was terrible because that added so much more gas, and just everything about that was so much harder because I brought my Jeep, and I was the whole literally immediately regretting the decision. Like an hour into the drive, I'm like, I should have left it there. Like,
Yeah, but you're not going
this
to
isn't
admit it.
going
You're not
good.
going to admit it. You're like, no,
No,
this is good. This
no.
is a great idea. This is a
Yeah.
great plan. No, we're fine. Everything's going to be fine.
This is how people know us. It's our Jeep. Like,
So next time, no Jeep. Okay, got it. Good to know.
yeah, not that far at least.
No. And like we talked about how, there's been no events in 2020 to speak of. Very few events in 2020. I mean, do you know of anything coming up on the horizon? I mean, anything?
I think what's kind of funny is the last event we did was the Mint 400, and the next thing that's coming up seems like it might be the Mint 400 again.
Oh, no kidding.
So yeah, so that's not until I think it's going to be end of January.
Okay.
But so we're kind of looking at that, trying to figure out if we want to do that, and then still trying to toy around with the idea of King of Hammers in February. But we almost did it last year. It's just a pretty big commitment as far as how many days you're camping out there, setting up your booth, and kind of leaving it the entire week. It's kind of a lot to bite off, and then you don't really get to enjoy it the same way, I don't think. So we're kind of trying to figure that out still.
Well, and I have not. I'm asking because I haven't looked, Jose. I'm asking because you probably did the research. Do we know if Hammers is actually happening this year?
I haven't seen anything about it. I know the Baja 1000 is going on.
Yeah, but that's in Mexico.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's going on, I would assume Hammers is still.
There's no
a go.
rules in Mexico.
Yeah, there is. Just they're different.
Yeah, there's no rules in Hammertown either.
Yeah, exactly.
True. I guess once you're in Johnson Valley, there's no rules either. No one's going out there to check on you.
Survive.
Don't die.
Survive.
You will be eaten.
Yeah,
if you
there's
die.
one rule in Hammertown: just survive.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've
That
talked.
rule gets broken often too.
Yes,
so.
it
It
does.
does.
It does. It almost got broken
It's more
right in
of
front
a-
of us.
It's more of a suggestion.
Yeah.
Than
But we
Guideline.
we've talked about it. Like, even if, I don't know what Hammers is going to look like, but I think our plan is to be out in that area around that time, regardless. Just because, the experience we had last year was so epic. We kind of want to make that an annual event, like an annual trip, and whether or not it's sanctioned by a big sponsor or it's just all of us in the community going, hey, we're going to meet at this spot and camp. I'm sure that we'll be doing something out there in some way.
Frontier Lifestyle in the chat said some of the drivers in the 4500 class, they say it's still a go. So,
Well, if they're driving it,
Yeah,
you know.
Ultra 4's been having a lot of races already again, so I know they've gotten back up and going. So I would
Yeah,
imagine they'd still keep Hammers going.
I would think so, and I think that out in the desert there's like to your guys' point, there's not all once you get out in the desert, you're kind of off the beaten path. It's not like you're sitting in a restaurant having dinner. You're on your own.
As long as you see the governor of Thunderdome first, and he asks for permission
and you bow.
and you bow. Oh, you gotta do more than bow. You gotta know
What?
it's a whole
Wait, what?
rigmarole.
Is it,
there.
you got to kiss his ring, or
you gotta kiss something.
His ring. You're lucky if that's all you gotta kiss. You gotta kiss his ring. There's a dance you gotta do. There's like a bunch of things you gotta do.
who's the governor of Hamilton? I don't remember seeing the
That's
election.
right. No. Oh, it's
that-
not,
Yeah.
he's not elected.
No,
It's survival.
It's
He's-
not a
he
democratic
killed-
process?
No, he killed the previous governor, and
Got
now he's.
it. It's like
it's like,
Wakanda. It's like Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
it's-
much like
Oh,
it's very
wow.
much like Wakanda.
So you're
yeah.
saying I have a chance during that battle, like I can become the new governor.
Yeah.
But,
I got-
I don't know if you have a chance, but you have the opportunity to try.
I have a puncher's chance.
I don't know, Jose. You know what? I don't know. Have you been going into? Have you been in training for this?
Well,
'Cause have you
don't-
seen that
You don't have
guy?
to get ready, or what's the saying? You don't have to get ready if you're always ready, or something like that,
Oh.
right?
That you're not impressing me with whatever it is you're trying to say.
Well, this is the best I got, dude. So
I can't even lift one of my arms, so I'm not fighting anybody anytime soon.
Yeah. No. Well, we know you're not going to be. I don't think the governor has anything to worry about.
I'll take like a city council member position.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
need to
be-
be.
I worked worked at
our way
a,
up.
I
We're
worked
on
at a
our way
bank
up.
for a long time, so I
Yeah.
can be treasurer.
Yeah. I don't need to be governor.
There's no money in Thunderdome, dude.
There's some sort of currency.
There's currency, yeah. Somehow. It's petroleum, isn't it?
It's chicken bones.
That's right.
Chicken bones and petroleum.
Bottle beer
Yeah,
caps.
beer caps.
Beer can.
If you show up with a Zima cap, it's like a
Oh, dude.
mint
Oh,
coin.
Yeah,
no.
that's
Oh
a-
no, they'll kick the shit out of you. Dude. You can't go in there with Zima. Don't you dare go in there with Zima, dude.
What's the currency
Or
exchange
you know what?
rate?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's the exchange rate from Zima to
Go
Coors
to
Light? I don't know.
Thunderdome
I don't know how
with
much
Zima.
Zima's worth.
10 Zima caps is 1 Coors Light cap.
10 Zima caps is an ass whooping.
Yeah. No, 1 Zima cap.
You'll just, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the middle of Barstow. How did I get here? I'll just bloodied.
Nobody gets to 10 caps. They're down to 2.
Oh, man.
All right, that's it, everybody. That's it. At Hammers, everybody has to bring bottle
Zima-
caps,
Zima cap.
and we're gonna compare. We're gonna put dollar values to them and play poker. Whoever has the most bottle caps
He
wins.
who has the bottle caps
makes
will
the
rule.
rules.
Will, yes, rule them all.
Rules them all. So we're so off track, but that's cool. That's who we are. And you know this. I mean, we've had the chance to wheel with you a couple times and hang out. So you are very aware of the shenanigans that are happening here. So Mint 400 is the next thing in January. Possibly Hammers in February. Right? It's the last week in February this year, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than events, are you just like focusing your efforts on social media?
Yeah, right now it's pretty much just any kind of content we can make as far as just photos or videos. And then we got a couple new designs we're going to be dropping out here probably within the next week or so for like a winter line.
Oh, cool.
So just kind of hopefully jump on some of this sales event for the holiday times. So we'll be launching some new sales and some new promotional items to go with things as like extra swag to go with an order.
All right. Are
So-
you now? Are you managing? I mean, you guys individually, like you guys are managing all of your social media content.
Yeah, that's me. So I'm super into the social media stuff, and I really find every opportunity I can to spend money on stuff. So when it comes,
Well, you're a Jeep
when it
owner.
comes to
I mean,
that,
that's what Jeep owners do.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you
Yeah.
manage my social media? Because
that's a at
I'm
Matt's
too-
vulva.
I'm too lazy. Like it's just, I got a bunch of pictures I guess I could post, but who cares? You know, nobody wants to
Yeah,
see
he
any of my
posts a
stuff.
picture of his like finger because he's like screenshotting
Yeah.
his phone trying to just answer it.
Yeah, right to Instagram, right to the gram.
So, well, to get good videos, you got to have the drone, and you got to have the Sony camera, and you got to have the MacBook. So I kind of
Write this
pour
down.
everything into these,
Cody's
excuses.
Hold on, slow down. Cody's
Making
writing
notes,
this down.
Making notes.
Write this down. Drone,
Yeah, drone money.
Sony camera,
Yeah.
money at the top.
Money.
Hashtag money.
But okay, no one's explained how to get the money, so we still got to circle back. We will
Oh,
circle back to that one.
the money,
Let's put a
yeah,
pin in
yeah.
that one right there.
Bottle caps?
Let's table that.
Maybe bottle caps. We could do some
If that's,
purchasing with
if
bottle
that's the case,
caps.
we could buy a lot of
What's the
shit.
exchange rate?
Hey, on a more serious nature though, look, can you find Zima bottle caps anymore? Like, can you find a Zima
Damn.
bottle?
I once dated a girl that I say I dated a girl. I actually married her that had Zima bottle caps all around the top of her
Wow.
ceiling. My ex-wife did when we were like early 20s. She had a bunch of them. Story for a different time. So
She's like rich now. Like if she,
is-
where
oh,
did
yeah,
she, where
maybe.
did she live? Like
I don't
all
know.
those
The
bottle
hills.
caps.
I don't know.
Hills.
Up in the hills. So are you a experienced drone operator, or is that
Yeah,
something
do you have
you're-
your FAA license? Because you need a license for that thing.
Yeah, I did get that.
Did you
it's,
seriously? Really?
No, yeah, not like it's actually a lot easier than you think to get. But yeah, I did go ahead and like register all that. So I've had about 4 drones now.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a steep learning curve.
Yeah, it's a learning curve.
Yeah, I
I've only
had
crashed
one once for about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like that's about as long as it lasted. Oh, look at what this bram. That's all.
Oh, dude. So my drone adventures started when I thought I was really into like making cinematography for like weddings, and so I was actually shooting somewhat family friend's wedding, And as I'm there, kind of getting some before shots, flying my drone probably way too far, and I'm getting these really cool shots of this lake. And they're like, "You should bring it back now. Bring the drone back. We can't even see it." I'm like, "I'm fine. And I'm flying it, and immediately after, I'm like, "No, we're good." I backed it right into a tree, and we're watching the screen on my iPad and just see it. Oh my god! So that one, like, luckily I got a couple good shots because it wasn't flying the rest of the trip.
Oh no!
But,
I thought you were gonna say you crashed into the wedding party.
That's what I was.
into the
right into the wedding cake.
I thought you were gonna say the
wham.
cake, dude. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, that would be the best. We should start a wedding photography company just to do that. Be like, yeah, we're professionals, and then just like crash it right into someone's cake. No one likes that idea. All right, never mind. Let me check that one right off the list. No,
take that
check.
right off the list.
I think it only worked one time. I don't think you'll get hired after that again.
But
Or
the
maybe you
video
will,
would
I
go
don't know.
viral. The video would go absolutely viral,
That's true.
and we would make all the money off the YouTube advertisements. Done.
I like that idea. I
Done.
like it.
So let's see what else we got. The winter stuff, the winter clothing line coming out, and that's it. How do you? And I'm asking because I don't have any clue, but like, how do you make the decision? Oh, you know what's going to be good is this type of hoodie, like this crop top, the Bella Battalion crop top. It's super cute, and it's obviously selling well, but like that's not something that in 2020 I would have thought would be a fashion thing. And let's be honest, did you pick that or did your wife?
No, truly, I did. It was kind of crazy. I messed around with the design, and it's definitely not my day job, like we all know. So I was kind of working on the design in and out of lunch breaks and stuff of that nature. And
Don't
I
worry,
was
your
like, man, this is
employer's
getting
not
really
listening.
cool. Yeah. Yeah.
You're safe. This is a safe space.
So this is a safe place. So I came up with the design, and I was like, okay, this has to be something really cool to put it on. It can't just be like a normal T-shirt. Like I got to find something. And so I just started cruising some of the places that we order different apparel from. And I came across that, and it was kind of like one of their new items. And I was like, dude, this with like an army green is going to look super cool. And so I completely fell in love with it. I've been wearing it ever since. But no.
I was like, that needs to go on social media. The three of us need to buy one, and that needs to be our Christmas card. That's
Oh wow!
So going back to one of my earlier questions, do you make that in XXX? So is that how you kind of get your inspiration as you look at some of the providers and decide, okay, well, I think this is a good opportunity for, a new product, and then start figuring out what kind of design to put on it? Or are you constantly working on designs in the background and then decide I'm going to throw this on that shirt?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So I've kind of always got like a couple different designs that I'm currently working on. And while I'm working on one, it'll completely transform into something different.
See?
And I'll go so hard on that new design that when I go back to the original design, I'm like, oh, I got two designs now. So,
When you design
See?
a shirt, do you send it to your friends like repeatedly, like
See?
for say 3 hours straight, and then waiting for comments? I guess.
Seriously.
This happened just this weekend.
I
where
spent
Cody
some time
was
this
bored.
weekend working on shirt designs because I wanted to get a couple, and I'm working on. I'm sending these guys like just shooting them an image, like, "Hey, check this out."
No, you didn't say check it out.
Well,
No.
I shouldn't have to. Goddamn it! You know what I'm. I sent you
over 4 hours. Like over the next 4 hours, it's like there's like a text, and it's like, oh, there's some more shirts. Like
Yeah,
it's just
but nothing.
not
a
hey,
single
hey guys,
comment.
What do you think of these shirts? Nothing.
Not a
Just,
single
okay.
comment. And today they were like, "Yeah, so you sent some shirts."
Yeah, they were
Whatever.
nice. Like I'm sorry, they were nice. That's what you were
They were
fishing.
nice.
and
They were, so
Sure,
everything would have been
good.
everything would have been fine if I just went nice.
yes, that's all I was looking for. All I wanted was some
okay.
validation. I
My
just
bad.
needed to feel good
yeah.
about myself for the day.
All right, I apologize. Next time,
Sure,
I feel
like-
ya.
next time if you send me for each post, if it's like here's 2 shirts, I'll go nice, good, and then right after, like 45 minutes later, when you send me 2 more shirts, excellent, sweet. And
I'll
then,
just send you the middle finger for everyone.
Oh man!
And then they were
this
like-
is making me a little sad because this is probably exactly what my family members.
Yes.
yeah, but we don't care. Like I'm just gonna tell them.
And then when they sit down and I flipped them off for not commenting on any of the shirts I sent them, they were like, "What?" They were all iterative.
He
it was the
asked
same
for my
shirt.
attention because I was looking at the screen. He's all, Matt, Jose, Matt. And I look up, and then there's the middle finger. Like, blam. He had to make sure.
I needed you to know how I felt about the situation.
Well, now I know.
I was hurt.
Now I know.
Yeah.
I felt.
You can send them. You can send on me, and I'll start sending mine.
Sweet.
We'll communicate.
Oh,
because
yes, you guys do that.
I'll send not only the one logo, but I'll send it in like 4 different color options.
Yes.
And I'll be like, what
That's
color option looks best?
You guys are like best friends.
Did we just become best
and I
friends?
stare at my phone until I get a response. Sometimes it's days that I'm looking at my phone.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so I think your wife and my wife need to start a support group because, babe, what do you think of this one? Babe, what do you think of this one?
Yeah.
Babe, which one do you like better, A or B?
See,
A or B?
if you had an Apple phone, you could tell like when we start typing back, but instead you.
I think they shut it off. I think they shut it off on me because I wait for the red.
Now I feel better about me that Brian's in the same position. Like we do the same thing. It's
good for
and you guys are the ones that are wrong.
Yeah, we're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
for
whatever.
Sure.
Yeah. Good.
Whatever. Just yeah, I do the same thing too often though. And
That's
then if I get a response and it's not the one I want, I disregard.
Yeah.
You don't even know. You don't know what's good.
What do you know?
Who even asked
you could not be more wrong.
You know what? Now I know not to send you anymore because your opinion is clearly invalid.
Clearly, you don't know what you're talking about.
Next time I want an idiot's opinion, I'll send you something.
Oh, that's funny. So the clothing line and the accessories and the stickers and all that stuff. I mean, like we talked about earlier. I mean, I think about like the first time we hung out and we saw you guys with the koozies and stuff. It's like the growth has been exponential, and it's just been over 2 years. That 2 years through the pandemic where you're having trouble getting out there. I mean, it's amazing to see what you guys have done so far. What's the long term? What is what's Air Down in 2 years from now?
I just go crazy with my thoughts on this, and I definitely want it to continue to grow. I want it to be something that's a little more universal, something that we can be at motocross shows, just so we're not just tied to only off-road, but really just finding love for everything outdoor. And the fact that most things we do outdoor, you need a vehicle to get to, I think that's kind of the segue that we're taking. And so I want to just kind of be recognized that way. I know going into 2020, we are in conversation with a few off-road shops about getting into their space and having like different displays there. And that's kind of what put a little bit of a pump on the brakes there for this year, but we're still in communication with a few of them. And now that they're kind of open and they're trying to bring traffic in, that's what I'm trying to get back on board with. So I'd like to see us start ending up in a couple different places, just not only online, but obviously just continue to grow as much as we can and ultimately get out and meet as many people as we can, because this is just a really great way to meet some awesome people and have fun wheeling and kind of makes work fun, I guess, if you would. Like now I have to go to these shows because it's almost required of me.
Yeah.
So before I would miss these shows and I'd be sad about it because I couldn't take the time off. But now it's like, well, I have to take the time off because I got to get Air Down there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of forcing me to do stuff that I really wanted to go to anyways.
Yeah, and that's I mean we've talked about it before. That was part of the Trail Chaser model was if I'm gonna put time in, it's gonna be something that I want to be involved in, a community I want to be involved in. And to your point, when we would go to the events and be able to hang out with everybody, and you're in a booth or you're talking on the microphone, but you're getting to hang out with a bunch of cool people. It was fun. I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to get back out and do more of those things. Whenever that happens to be, but to your point, I wouldn't be surprised if that January Mint, February King of the Hammers time frame is like when things will start opening up. Because even historically in the coming months through the holidays, there's toy drives, which we'll talk about. There's but big events and festivals and stuff, that's usually dead until after the first of the year anyways. I mean, we're past that season, quote unquote season. And I think with the weather turning and the holidays kicking in, there wouldn't have been a lot on the schedule anyways.
But I feel if King of the Hammers goes down and it's a success like last year, I think that's going to spark all the other events for the rest of the year.
If King of the Hammers itself, if the Ultra 4 race is going to happen, you will not be able to walk in Johnson Valley because everybody is going to descend on the desert because it's going to be the first major thing after the beginning of the year, and you know what I mean. It's. I think it'll be epic, and we definitely have to stay away from Hammer Time.
Oh yeah, that was a fun setup you guys had, man. I was pretty excited and pretty bummed out. I couldn't stay longer. I was like, man, I wanted a shift pod. I've been looking ever since. I'm like, wow, these are cool.
Yeah, those things were awesome. But we've talked about it, that area, and whether it be that specific area or we find another area, the ability to be 10 minutes outside of Hammertown, kind of off on our own, self-sufficient, that was fantastic. I want to do that again for sure, and maybe even go out there for the entire week if we could pull that off rather than just 3 days.
I don't think I'll make it through alive.
Oh, yeah,
on the other end, dude.
You would die. You guys would die for sure.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt.
No doubt. A whole week of that, dude? No way.
I couldn't make it.
No.
I couldn't survive.
I couldn't make it. It's pretty cold, huh? No.
Yeah. When you're that
cold.
When they're that drunk, they don't feel the weather.
It's Hammered Town.
Yeah, Hammered Town. Oh my God, that's what we need to do.
There's
we need
hashtag Hammered Town.
Hammered Town. Matt owns it. Hashtag we own it. But when we make we have to put a big sign.
That sounds like a special edition shirt right
yes,
there.
Hammered
like
Town in 2021.
Oh my God, with like Zima bottle caps.
Yes. Hammered Town 2021, presented by Trail Chasers and Air Down Off Road. This is happening.
And Zima.
And Zima.
I wonder if we could get whoever was the bottler of Zima to do a special run.
Somebody said it was like Coors or something.
Yeah.
That sounds like something Coors would make.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
That'd be funny. A special watermelon guava run.
Yeah, that sounds like the runs to me. God.
The sad thing is, I probably couldn't even finish a bottle of Zima on my own.
No, you couldn't.
Oh man, Zimas were fun though. When I was young, those were very easy to sneak out of the fridge and then pour water back in.
I'll tell you what.
them and put them back.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. That's because your parents were like, "Oh, good, he took the Zimas." Like,
They do. Yeah.
They were probably disappointed, dude.
They put
that was a test. That was a test you failed.
They're like having perfectly good beer on one side. You chose the Zima.
Honey, he chose the Zimas. There's perfectly good Budweiser right here.
They would purchase them as decoys. They would put the Zima in
That
the
was the
fridge
test.
so that he wouldn't take the
That
other
was
beer.
the test, dude. That was the test, and obviously he failed.
Oh man, I failed. I failed miserably. I just figured they probably counted the beers. They probably didn't know how many Zimas they had.
Because they bought them for you. They just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Actually, they bought them for your sister, and they were disappointed that you bought them.
Damn. Probably.
Oh crap. Okay, dude. Look, we are. I'm very impressed. We're very impressed with all the growth that you guys have had, and the products are awesome. And we've had a lot of fun hanging out with you, not just tonight, but in the past when we've done stuff. And I'm looking forward to finding a way to do it some more. I don't know what again. Everybody we've talked to in the last couple months has been Hammertown, Hammer. So if Ultra 4 doesn't happen,
I think Hammered Town is
happening.
Parker next month is Hammered Town.
Oh, how do we make a sign that says Hammered Town?
Oh man. Hashtag Hammered
Yeah,
Town.
I've got the Trail Chaser banner. We're gonna flip it over on the backside and just roller with a roller paint Hammered Town on it. And hanging up over Matt's tent.
Yes.
Welcome to Hammertown. Population U.
You're assuming there's going to be a tent.
It's just hanging over my truck.
Yeah.
And then he's going to take it down and wrap himself in it as a blanket.
Don't dare me. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I know. I know. We going back, man. Like we dig hanging out with you, and it's a lot of fun. And we hope that you guys have continued success. And for those of you that haven't already, go to airdownoffroadshop.com and buy something. I think a lot of you guys would look fantastic in the Bell Battalion cropped hoodie. I think I'm going to pick up one of those for me, just to show you guys what I looked like back in the day.
Do it.
And then no, I shouldn't. No one needs to see that. Although I yeah, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Air Down is on Facebook and on Instagram at airdown_offroad. Let's go get a bunch of followers on there. Because the thing about your guys' page is like you do a really good job of curating not just the clothes. It's not just pictures of clothes. It's the lifestyle. And a lot of it's, the picture of the people in your clothes doing the lifestyle. There's some good pictures of your Jeep there on the Nexen Roadian MTXs with the Icon suspension on there. I mean, that's you can't go wrong with that setup. But yeah, I mean, it's just a good page of off-roading with some cool clothes inside of it. It's you do a really, really good job of that.
I thought you were going to say some nice-looking people.
I didn't say that. I swear.
You set the precedent though. Like now,
okay.
It's like what's creepy coming out of his mouth?
There are some pretty
cute.
Say? There are some pretty cute pictures of Brian, especially when you scroll back early on. There's some sexy supermodel Brian shots in there.
That sounds like too much effort.
I'll go ahead and repost it. I'll bring it back to the top.
Yes, let's do that. I want shots of you in the cropped hoodie, in the Bell Battalion hoodie.
Oh, God.
That will get. No. We will repost the crap out of that and get all kinds of followers. Just they may not be the followers
I'll have
you want.
All 56 of my followers see that. I'll repost it.
Do you really only have 56 followers?
I don't know.
Nah, dude, you have like over 300.
No. It's
Dude,
more
you
than
guys,
that.
I feel like you guys blasted up there, man. Because I feel like for a while I was trying to catch you, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Well, no, they took off." Okay.
Yeah, we were running a contest with EVGA, one of our sponsors, and that really gave us a boost. So we've done a couple things like that. We need to do more of it to get more exposure, but yeah, it's one of those things where like, and you know this, if I could do this full time, and if one of us could do this full time and focus effort on driving the promotions and making the connections and all that, that'd be great. But when you're like you said, you're in between meetings and conference calls and you're trying to post something real quick, yep. And it's difficult. It's difficult to do. I mean, some people are able to pull it off, and I I'm just not one of those people. But we're hoping to make something happen soon. And you guys will as well. I feel like, timing wise, you guys are on a similar trajectory where you're organically building this base that's very passionate about your product and getting to know you as people. And then, it's just going to ratchet up from there, and then something's going to happen and it's going to be a boom, and then all of a sudden you'll see incremental growth after that. And, to the point where we're going to be like, hey, do you think we can get Brian from Air Down back on the show? Like, I know it's been a year and they've now moved to Beverly Hills and they, we can't, but I wouldn't move to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I wouldn't move to Beverly Hills.
No.
I think it sucks there. I'd move to Victorville.
Oh, God. I was like, we're not going to make it the whole episode.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Damn it.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was waiting for Matt to bring it up.
Well, that's like my go-to, It's always... I could have said Hammett, I guess. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Hammett is worse. That's for sure.
Exactly.
That's my place. Yeah, that's my place.
So does the High Desert, does Apple Valley, Hesperia, Victorville, do they all look down at Hammett as well?
Well,
I think so.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Literally, they do.
Yeah.
Geographically, I know geographically you do. But I don't think you have the same passion for it that Matt does. Matt has an anger inside, a fire inside him about Hammett.
Is there?
You got Matt got the fire put inside him somewhere in Hammett. We don't know how.
And fire's a simile for something else.
I'm not sure if they got ointment for that. Anyways, dude, look, super happy that you guys are doing so well and excited about what you guys are going to do next. And hopefully you won't forget about us when you guys are all big and popular. and let's make sure we collaborate on something after the first of the year. You know, let's target Hammers as an opportunity, the way we've been talking with some of our other guests, and if that's not going to happen, we just figure out somewhere after the first a way to pull something off. So I do appreciate you taking. I know it was last minute, and I just literally I was like, hey, you know, because so background here, working with Brian on getting some shirts made for our winter expedition, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, we've talked to you probably, I don't know, half a dozen times about coming on the show, and it's always like, yeah, you know, just, you know, come on the show. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take a shot. Can you make Monday work? And you were able to make it work. So I appreciate the last minute jumping on the show. And we will be, you know, you and I will have some more conversations about the other stuff that we're working on in the background. And again, please go check out the Air Down Off-Road page on Instagram and their website. Buy some product, follow them, and see if we can't get them to surpass the Trail Chaser page. Let's see if we can't get Air Down to pass the Trail Chaser page, and then we'll make Air Down try to get us to pass them, and
It's
we'll
like a
just spend
leapfrog
we'll spend the
kind of
next
thing.
5
cool.
years
Yeah,
just back and forth, see who's winning. So, all right, man.
No, I truly appreciate the invite. I definitely enjoy you guys' show. Like I said, I've been a long time listener, so to be able to just to talk with you guys has been pretty cool for me. And I do appreciate every Thursday. My commute is about an hour and a half, so Thursdays suck a little bit less. So I do appreciate you guys
Kind
dropping
words,
in.
sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
I
But
appreciate
I feel like
that.
we're doing you a disservice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's that? Was it a Happy Madison or whatever? Where he's like Happy Gilmore, where he's like, everybody is now dumber for having to listen to. That's how I feel at the end of when we listen to when I listen to our show
Billy
on
Madison.
Thursdays. Billy Madison, there you go.
Nib high football rules.
Yeah. when I listen to our show on Thursdays, I'm like, man, everybody is now dumber for having to listen to that show. So hopefully you can replace the drained brain cells by the time you get back to work, and we don't ruin it for you too bad.
No, I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me. I do appreciate you guys' time and the opportunity to be here with y'all.
Oh, no worries, man. Well, thank you so much. You have a great night, and we will catch up with you soon.
All right, take it easy.
Thanks, man.
All right. So that's where we're gonna end the recording. So hey, man, that was a great show, dude. That was a really good conversation. Thank you for doing it. And seriously, I'm dead serious about. I want to figure out how to do something in February, like, you know, hammers or something, or we'll figure out. We've had enough conversations with enough people on the show.
To say, I'm like, the interest is there. I think just somebody needs to like take the lead and actually organize it, because everybody wants to do it.
Someone good with spreadsheets would probably be.
Ooh, and algorithms. Do we know anybody?
Hold on.
Do we know anybody like that?
Let me turn off my camera. I got to take care of something real quick.
Oh my god!
You
Please
said
stop.
the S word.
So maybe Hammered Town is our
That might be our thing.
is our next thing. Like,
Yeah.
hashtag. We'll
There's
start
Hammertown, and then about 2 miles north, Hammered Town.
Maybe I'll have to after the.
And it's crazier than Hammertown. Oh,
No, it's
my
not.
God.
It is not crazier.
Oh.
It is more ridiculous.
Maybe not at
Very
first.
different. No,
Maybe
no.
not at first.
Sillier? Is that a...
No. Crazy, because Hammertown, we've discussed, you can die.
You
Like, at
literally can
Hammertown,
die.
no one's going to die, but no one wants to listen to your conversations either. It's going to be ridiculous, not scary. So maybe after we get through the winter expedition, we can have some serious conversations about putting together Hammertown.
But that salt bed there can hold a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a straight legit
Oh, we
town community. You
yeah,
can
we
build
could
on
we
there,
could
dude.
put an entire. The thing is, I think
You have to get a permit?
I think Icon had to go through BLM to get permit for a sanctioned event there. If
Well,
you're
that
just
ain't happening
camping,
then.
yeah, if you're just camping, it's one thing.
What does sanctioned mean?
If we got to pull permits, that ain't going to happen, dude.
Sir, can I see your permit? And I've got a fucking Hammered Town shirt on. Give me a break.
Here's my permit, bro.
Suck it.
Speaking of which, I'm wearing
All the permit I need right here.
I got a permit for you.
I'm wearing a shirt that Brian made.
Oh yeah, I heard you did the logo for that.
I did.
Nice. It was easy to print. I liked it.
How many other logos did you make and send to Joe?
So let me tell you backstory. Is Joe K in the chat room? I think he was there earlier.
Yeah.
So Joe asked me if I can make a logo, which, you know what, the sad thing is, if someone says, can you make a logo, I get just as excited as if someone says, can you build me a spreadsheet? So I get all excited. And I start making logos and sending them to Joe. And Joe's like, you know.
I wanted a good logo.
Yeah, he's like, it's okay.
Do you have Brian's number?
But, and then seriously, I'm like 5 iterations in before I finally get a thumbs up from him, right? Shit you not, 2 weeks ago, or last week, Justin says, hey, I'm thinking about starting this Instagram page. Can you make me a logo? And I was like, hey, dude, it'll probably take me a couple weeks. I'm super busy right now. But I couldn't get it out of my head. And so I create one real quick, and I sent it to him before I jumped into a meeting, and he's immediately, yeah, you know, that's. I kind of wish it was round, and I'm like, you Kalilikani boys are pretty picky about your free labor. Yeah, you bastards, free graphics labor. You don't care.
Hey, beggars can't be choosers, man.
Yeah, that's they get what they get. So, but I do have a. We have the Winter Expedition shirts. Like I said, once we close up registration on that, I'll have a final number on that soon. We'll get those ordered. And then because I've been playing with the shirt logos, I want to do another batch soon of Trail Chaser shirts that we can put up on the website now and sell. And so I'll reach out to you for that, and we'll figure out how to make all that work. But
definitely, man. I look forward to it. That's awesome.
Background, you know, this comes out Thursday. Wednesday, I will send you an email once the show gets loaded up into the media host, and I'll send you some promotional items and or you know, posts to use, and we'll just promote the crap out of the show and see if we can't get more people to your page as well. And then we will. I'm sure I'll chat with you sometime between now and then, or between then and the following week to get the shirts ordered and everything.
Very cool. That sounds great, man. Yeah, I'll shoot you over some logos.
Yeah, I'm gonna, dude. You open the door. I'm gonna be shooting you stuff just random. Like, what do you think of this?
Yeah, bro, you fucked up.
Pretty soon, his wife's gonna be like, I don't want to see his logos either. I don't care.
I know, right? I'm shooting my wife. Hey, do you like this Trail Chaser?
I don't care. I don't live with him. I don't care.
I don't have to put up with this one.
Yes, exactly. All right, man. Have a good night. We'll chat with you later.
Hey, appreciate it, man. You guys have a good one.
Bye.
Later, man.
Later, Brian.
All right, that was good. That was a good fun conversation. What's happening in the chat room? Did I miss anything that matters? Probably not.
Nah.
Okay, cool. Other than I don't see Tim. So is Mud Raider taking the Bash Cody?
He is.
Yes.
He is,
Oh yeah.
Man, what did I do to you? Just Cody's part kills brain cells?
Hey, he's taken the torch, and he's running with
Nobody
it.
needs the torch.
I don't know. I don't know how the torch passing works. Like
either.
whether Tim make sure they contact each other. Like, and Tim's like, hey man, I can't make it tonight. So can you make sure get out there?
That would be
Yeah,
that would be freaking hilarious if they were collaborating in the background.
Yeah. Hey guys, I was just thinking we could hit him about like
between Rob, Tim, and Mud.
Yeah.
They have a thread going on. It's like, all right,
Yes.
guys, who's gonna be able to make it tonight?
Yeah, let's see if we can get him talking about his family.
I was just
again.
saying,
He's
yeah.
gonna start crying.
Somebody bring up something about the Foo Fighters. That'll get him going.
Yep.
Let's talk about how he's a crippled old man and can't do anything anymore.
Mention that video with that little girl, and she challenged.
Yeah.
She challenged what's his
Dave
name to
Grohl.
drum.
That was
and then he responded, "Oh, that'll get him good. That'll get him welling up. I could see him welling up now."
Did I tell you guys about that, or did you just bring this up?
That was all over the place.
I know,
dude.
but did I talk? Oh man, it was so.
How
I didn't
hard were you
mean that.
crying on that one?
Not real hard, but it was an emotional moment.
Yeah, I can imagine.
When isn't it?
Let's see. Okay.
What's up with the notepad? You've been taking a lot of notes
Yeah.
tonight.
What have you been writing over there, dude?
When the show starts, when the show ends, I got a whole section here that I've got open just for the F-bombs that are about to come up. I know, so I got to get that. So every time, this is a couple more things that we want to talk
What
about.
if I say, and then Jose, he finishes it? Does that count?
I'm not sure what the FCC rules are. I don't know.
You're telling me I can say cock and balls, but I can't say fuck.
You can say whatever you want. I just have to figure out which parts I'm going to bleep out.
Secret
Yes,
Facebook.
yes, Nomad. I am creepy and sensitive. It's possible to be both.
He's creepily he's a real sensitive creep.
Yeah. I'm creepy, but I feel bad about it, okay? All right. There was something else. The toy drive. Dave's
They're
video.
still having those?
Yeah. And there we go. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready?
No.
Never.
Tell me when.
When?
All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, thanks to Brian for joining us on the chat. The guys in the chat room, screw you. I'm going home. I don't need Casey. I don't need any shit from you either. I don't need you coming on here causing me problems. A couple things want to talk about. Our buddy Rob sent me a post. It said that on Sunday, November 22nd at 9 a.m., the San Diego Jeep Club is doing a Toys for Tots annual run, Fiesta
that's right.
Island Loop in
He
San
did send me
Diego.
that, too.
Yeah. So, where's Fiesta Island? I don't know where that is.
Next to Party
I
City.
think, I think it's adjacent to Siesta Lane.
That was on point. Super quick-witted right there. I appreciate that one. So the San Diego Jeep Club is doing Toys for Tots. Rob's a longtime listener of the show. He's been doing a lot of stuff. Is he in the chat room tonight? I thought I saw him earlier.
He was.
And I noticed there's like Rig Talk is doing a toy drive. I'm sure there's a lot of people on the on social media that are doing toy drives, and I don't know what the landscape looks like right now as far as what's possible and what you can do right now with toy drives, but. Now's that season. We talked about it. Now's the season where people are doing toy drives and canned food drives and things like that to help out. If you have the opportunity to participate in one of those and,
Some would say that's how we got our show started, right? Toy drives? Like, that's like the...
that was one of our Empire Jeep Club, man. And we haven't talked to those guys in a long time. I hope they're doing well. I hope you guys are all doing good. But yeah, we did the Christmas toy drive 2019 at Mountain Mike's Pizza. That was like the second time. Because at that time, were you even in the studio yet? I don't even think you were in the studio.
No, it was,
you were just at events with us. That was after. So
That's
that was
because you didn't want Jose to know where you lived yet, I think.
we were still trying to figure that part out. But no, you're right, because that was after SEMA that year.
It was after the Off-Road Expo.
Yeah,
we had gone to
it was the
SEMA.
Off-Road Expo,
Yeah.
and then you came with me to SEMA
Right.
in November, and then right after that was the toy drive. So that was pre you being in the studio. Oh, that's funny. Mountain Mike's Pizza in Chino. That was a cool event, man, and we've done a couple things with them. Like I said, it's been a while since we've had a conversation with those guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope everything's going well with the Empire Jeep Club, and I still see their posts on Instagram. And they're still running trips and stuff, but
Cool.
We haven't.
That was they had that famous thing. It was on the news and everything. That Jeep that tried to crest that like mountaintop. It was literally like a bike trail, and it was stuck on the very top of the mountain. And the big giant Empire Jeep Club sticker on the windshield. Oh man, that was great. That's product placement right there.
If you're gonna go viral, you wanna go
it.
viral like that. The next thing I want to talk about is: did you guys check out the video that ZR2 Dave, Trail Adventures USA, Trail Adventures? Did you check out the video he put up of the Kessel Run?
I have
Yeah.
not seen it yet.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good. It's
It
really
came
good.
out epic. Dave, Brandon, you guys killed it. If you guys have not seen it yet, go to YouTube, go to Trail Adventures page. Jose and I didn't get to go on the run, and so it was I didn't get to see what happened. I got to see everybody leave and then go from there, and it was done. From my perspective, I went home, but like to be able to see the footage, and not only the footage, like the you know, the way they did the footage, like they the drone footage and all the different camera angles and the way it was all cropped together, it ended up being. Oops, sorry, I was about to play it. It ended up being super. It's a super good video. I did have some complaints about it though. If I could just step in real quick, and I made these comments publicly on YouTube. Dave knows it's coming. So, after weeks of me planning and coordinating the Trail Chasers Kessel run, Dave says in the beginning of the show, this run is sponsored by Nexen, by LGE CTS, and the Trail Chasers podcast is also out here. it's like they found me on the side of the road. It's like they found us on the side of the road and were like, "Hey, we're gonna go do this run. You want to go?"
They partook in the event as well.
Yeah, the Trail Chasers are out here too. All right, cool. That's fine.
Well, I was the trail chaser. Was
Yeah,
out there.
one of the chasers.
Casey was out there. He led the group.
So then, Casey leads the group. Right, he does his thing. And they get to the part where Casey had told the story a couple weeks ago after the trip about how Crystal's Jeep got stolen. I mean, got stuck. Didn't get stolen. Didn't get stolen. No one got stolen.
Man, that's a whole nother trip.
The Jeep got stuck, and he's showing the video about how they got stuck, and Casey went over there and found it. And Dave says, "Luckily, we had Casey there, a total expert in everything Jeep. Thanks, Casey. You're the best." Come on, man. How does Casey get all the accolades?
He was there.
I guess he was there. That's
what
part
did
of it.
what did you want? Did you want him to mention you
No.
by name? Cody's brother, Casey.
Yes, that would have been good. That would have been good. And then
Good
I
God.
want to know why.
Just go next time.
I wanna
Even
know
with
why.
with your crippled shoulder. Like, I don't know.
I want to know why this is the best video of any of the runs we've ever been in, and Jose and I didn't even go.
Well, come to think.
So what does that say about
We should not
Exactly.
go
Trail
to.
Chaser's future?
I know.
Exactly.
Well, clearly we're not meant for
Yeah,
camera.
exactly.
You
I
and
have
I
a face
can't
for radio,
be on
dude.
camera.
The Frontiers were holding it down, and everybody had a great time. We were hurting the group. It was amazing. Yes.
I know I'm joking around, but it's a great video. I really feel good about like the way they captured the event, and they got great footage. And thank you to the Trail Adventures team for putting it, because I know it's Dave and his son and Crystal was there, and it's.
John Gamble. Cody provided the spreadsheets.
I did make the spreadsheets. I made all of the spreadsheets and the phone calls. I went out there Thursday with one arm and set the whole thing up, and went back out there Friday. You guys suck.
What's funny is that none of these people see the logic tables that come with these spreadsheets as well.
You're talking about my flowcharts?
Yeah, your logic tables.
There's my flowchart. I love flowcharts. When Jose rolled up today in the studio and sat down, I was working on a flowchart. I had to show him. What's wrong with flowcharts?
No, I like flowcharts.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, so I just nod.
I mean, you technically got it in your email.
Yeah, but seriously.
I'll deal with the flowchart rather than a spreadsheet.
is that like a pivot table?
No.
It's a process map, a flowchart. X, Y, decision point down, next swim lanes.
God, oh,
Swim
what's
lanes.
happening? I
You're
feel
a
like
project manager.
I
How do you
feel
not-
like I should have gone to college to learn these terms.
Nah.
What is he talking about?
Come on, chat room, help me out. Swim lanes, flowcharts,
Yeah,
process
heavy
flow.
flowchart.
Nomad,
Yes.
you suck.
Yes.
You suck. Okay,
Nice. Thank you.
so we're gonna get off that. Let's talk about.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Now we're gonna talk about the. We talked about it a little bit last week, and when I say a little bit, we talked about it a lot. Was the winter expedition. We are full steam ahead on registrations, and we have hit 20 vehicles, which we originally said was going to be our cap. We're going to keep the registration open for a couple more days. If we get to 25, we'll cap it at that point.
25 vehicles.
25 vehicles, yeah, because we have 20 vehicles, roughly 32, 34 people or something like that, because people are bringing a passenger or whatever. But we're gonna max it out at 25. If you have registered for the event, you would have gotten at least one email from me at this point. I sent out an email yesterday with the tentative itinerary, some GPS coordinates, links to the maps of some of the trails we're going to do, a couple links to videos. So if you think you have registered for the trip and you did not receive that email yesterday, you did not actually register for the trip. So if you're interested in going,
Did I get that email?
God damn it.
Did you send me an email?
Well, you didn't register, so
I did
He
register.
did. He finally did.
okay.
I had
did.
to beg him and Casey to register. Can you please just register for the trip?
I
please?
registered. I did it.
You did.
I did. F you, Jose.
Finally, he did. Because I hate having to keep track of like these are the people that registered. Oh yeah, but Matt
Wait,
and Casey
there's
are
still
still
Matt,
coming.
Casey.
That's those two. Yeah, it becomes a disaster.
Why don't you register for me?
Because I shouldn't have to do everything
But
for
why?
you.
Why? You can. I mean, you're complaining about
Give me
not being able to.
give me your credit card. I'll register you for everything. You will be registered for everything. Oh, so going back to that. So this is
That sounds horrible.
this is a story. So
or like a good time.
matter of fact, I think Joe K. If Joe K. is still here, Joe K. and I don't even know if he remembers this. Like I want to say I was 19. He and I went to the Winter Expo at like the Anaheim Convention Center or something. And it was like all ski and snowboard stuff. And every booth had one of those register for like a giveaway.
Oh yeah.
But you had to be 21 or over. So my dad registered for every single giveaway in every single booth.
Wow.
I came home and
bet.
told him
Oh,
he
dude.
lost his shit.
How many calls did he get? How many mailers?
Oh God, he was so mad at me. He was so mad at me, and I didn't win any trips. I didn't win any snowboards. I didn't win anything, and my dad was pissed.
Yeah, but you probably got invited, or your dad got invited to a bunch of like,
Timeshares.
yeah, a bunch of timeshare presentations. Hey, come on out. How would you like to have a condo in Cabo? Like,
Aspen.
Yeah, your dad hates Cabo. Your
Yeah.
dad hates everything.
My dad hates anything that's more. If it's farther than Kmart or the home goods store up there, the home the home improvement store.
Anything outside of Big Bear.
Yeah, if
is
it's
bad.
not in Big Bear, he is not a fan. It's still questionable whether he's going to be here for my daughter's birthday. Who knows? But yeah, that was he was super unhappy. So if you want to give me your credit card information, I will make sure you get entered in all of the contests.
Okay. Does it have to be a valid credit card?
No, I don't think you can check it.
Okay.
That's what I've got a name that I use for like anytime someone like pops up and you have to register your email to get access to a site. I've got a name that I use all the time, and if that dude exists, if there's a guy that's out there with that name, I feel bad because he's gotten 4 billion emails in the last 10 years. Why I didn't register for this?
That was my name, my secret identity when I signed up for when I registered for
Yes,
the
your secret identity.
What was it? Do you remember?
Babalu.
Babalu. Get it, Jose? Babalu.
Why should I know that?
Come on, Babalu.
Well, I know why.
Ricky
I know,
Ricardo.
No, I know, but
Oh, okay.
I was playing the
Remember
race
he
card.
sings Babalu?
I was playing the race card. Like, why should I know that, dude?
What? Why is that a
I'm
race
not
thing?
Cuban.
B? Ha! I'm Cuban, B. No?
No.
Oh,
Okay, so
dude. What movie?
I don't know.
I'm Cuban, B. Damn it. Half-Baked. Come on.
no. We're moving on from that one.
Chat room. Just somebody.
Crickets.
Somebody come. Half-Baked.
Even
I'm
Casey's in there, who's probably seen that movie
Watch.
100 times.
Yeah. I'm Cuban B. Yes, Cuban B.
So
Come on.
this is just a disaster already. So Winter Expedition. Again, we got a handful of opportunities still to register. There's one or two vendors that are still on the fence that are going to be joining us. They're still getting some finalized information on that. But if you, let me go to here. We do have. We're coordinating with a couple people that we've talked about on the show recently. So our right now the company sponsoring the show that are going to provide sponsoring the event. They're going to provide something that you'll find out when you get there. Is Nexen Tire, Icon Vehicle Dynamics, Shower Pouch has stepped up and wants to provide some stuff. Baja Forged, those girls are always in for something like this. Ironman 4x4, talk to them. They've already shipped product for us to include in the events to some extent. and I have a meeting tomorrow with one of our past guests as well that may be providing some stuff.
Interesting.
So, and as you heard on the show, Brian from Air Down is going to provide 16 shirts and hats for every participant, I think is what we're looking.
16?
Wasn't that what it was? No, did I mishear that? Sorry, Brian, if I misheard that. I for some reason I thought it was, maybe I'm just thinking something else.
It's one of everything in his product
One of everything. It's gonna have 100% discount on everything. No, but we're gonna try to get Brian in. And Tim says shower pouch is good to have in
Tim's
there. Because Matt said that because Matt's stinky after 3. What do you think, Matt? It does not take 3 days
Brian's
for Matt
on
to get
the
stinky.
chat. He said 16 items total.
Yeah, 16 koozies. That's good enough. So the expedition, again, just a brief overview. Parker, Arizona. It's almost 100% confirmed that Matt and I are going to be out there Thursday night. Jose will be out there late Thursday.
Yes.
And then first run is Friday. Second run is Saturday with a stop for lunch, and then come home on Sunday. I'm still toying with the trails. There's a couple trails. Like there's one of the trails I'm not 100% certain on.
Dude, I watched that video clip that you sent. There's like one spot I'm gonna wreck my rocker for sure.
Put rocker panel. Well, I don't understand. I don't
I'm sorry.
understand. What you have a connection for rock sliders,
I do.
and you sold your what a month ago. You sold.
Gotta pay bills, Holmes. Gotta pay bills.
Priorities.
You know what? It sucks to be a responsible human being, but you know what? My kids get hungry sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Somebody's gotta feed them.
Yeah, my understanding.
Anyhow,
my
was saying-
understanding is I just found out today that apparently, I don't know if you know this yet, but apparently your kids are
Yes.
getting dropped
Yes.
off here.
She texted me that earlier today, and I was like, "You're asking me? Like, yeah, of course you can drop them kids off."
Tammy says, so Monty and Matt are dropping the boys off, and then they're going to leave. What? I don't understand what you just said.
Forever.
So apparently I'm watching the boys this and then my sister says, well, Grandma and Grandpa are going to watch them at your house. Like Grandpa's going to watch anything other than football. The
Yeah,
only thing my dad
exactly.
is going to watch is football. And if one of the kids literally is decapitated in front of him, he's going to be pissed off because they've interrupted the football game. Nope, my dad's not watching anything.
Just keep sharp objects away. You know, that's all. It's not that hard.
They're not paying attention. He's not paying attention. So if you have any questions about the winter expedition, if you're interested in going, we did have someone reach out and ask if they could come out. They couldn't be there Friday. They wanted to come out Saturday, and I'm like, that late Friday night. And I'm like, that's great, but we're not doing any wheeling on Sunday. So you'd come out it's a long drive for 1 day of wheeling.
Yeah.
So they're going to catch us on the next one. We got a couple people that are up in the air about whether or not they're going to go, but I would say to those people that have reached out to me and asked those questions, register now, because once we hit that number, which I expect to be in the next day or so, we're going to be shutting that down, and then we will switch everything over to waiting list, so people will be able to, because you know there's going to be people that drop off, and honestly, the reason I would love to do a run where we can have 100 people, but on these kind of trails, it's too hard to wrangle. It's too hard to find a camp area to handle that. We could do it in Johnson Valley, obviously, but not in this area. It's too hard to coordinate all of those people getting there. It's, and the swag bags and all that. It's a lot of effort in the background.
I think the more people you have, the more you bring in like the potential for failure. So, if you have 100 vehicles, dude, 2 of them are breaking down.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Ruins the whole
statistically-
thing for everybody.
Yeah, statistically, if you have 100 vehicles, 75% of them are going to be Jeeps. There's a 98% chance of breaking.
Exactly.
That's math, people.
And I'm a man of science and math, and I ain't arguing against that.
People in the chat want to know if the shirt design is going to get revealed.
So, Adam, I keep looking at the shirt design.
Are you gonna fuck with it again?
God damn it. I don't know.
Nice.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel pretty good about the shirt design we have right now.
Yeah, the one that you had.
Just leave it.
Dude, it was great.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that one.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I just
God, You just want to be able to throw stuff at it so you can complain about not validating your. Yeah, that's a beautiful shirt. That's a beautiful shirt. That's a beautiful shirt.
Now I feel better. Adam, I will send out the shirt design in the next communication when I send that out. So I will leave it alone and send it out. That way you guys know what you're getting. So what Adam's referring to is anybody that registers for the event is going to get a one-off shirt, custom sticker. Stickers have been ordered.
Yeah, so it's only for this run.
Only for this run.
For people who registered.
Specific to this event.
Yeah.
So it's going to be limited to that. And then we've got swag bags, like I said, from Nexon and
I really hope we get one of those swag
Shower
bags.
Pouch. Did you register?
I did register.
Yeah.
Because there's it sounds like a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. Like, as soon as I brought this up to both Nexon and Icon, immediately they were like, "Yep, we're on board."
Yeah.
And again, the Baja Forge ladies are 100%. They're like ready to go with stuff. Shower Pouch stepped up right away. I feel very grateful that we've been able to have some conversations with people in the community that recognize that these kinds of events are what keeps the community going, and they're helping out. So. All right. Registration will close soon. If you want to go to trailchasers.net/events. There will be a button there for the Winter Expedition, and you can register there. Anything else, guys? Anything come up recently that you want to?
We have a review.
We got a new review.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Cool.
So this was sent in last Friday. It's from Crazy Jays, or if you're Spanish, it's Crazy Hayes, because it's with a J.
Mm-hmm.
It's labeled Killing It. Says, you guys are killing it every time. Sometimes I wonder if people think I'm crazy as I'm laughing my ass off while driving. Keep it up, guys. Oh, by the way, give Jose a break on replacing all the parts on the LC. On second thought, it's funnier if you pick on him. So carry on. LOL.
So Crazy Jays, he had put up a post on Instagram, and I went down the rabbit hole. I found his YouTube page, and he's got some
You
really
stalked him.
Look,
That's what you're good at, dude.
Yeah,
Cyber
you know what?
stalking.
I have some pretty good cyber stalking skills. We can get into a whole other episode of that.
with your alternative.
Yeah, your fake
I have
username.
multiple.
All
I have
identity.
multiple identities online. You don't even know.
I don't know, but it doesn't surprise me.
But no, Crazy Jays, he had a great video on his YouTube page, and I was checking it out. He did a really, really good job with it.
Where does he drive?
Tacoma, I think, if I recall, and I feel bad for not remembering, but go check out his YouTube page and you'll find out. It's Crazy Jeys.
Jeys.
Yeah, Crazy Jays.
Yeah.
Go check out his YouTube channel. Check him out on Instagram. And Crazy J, thank you for the review. We appreciate it. Anybody else that wants to put review up on iTunes and share and like and subscribe to our YouTube. But we've had a conversation about how our YouTube was up over 1,000 and then it dropped back down. But so anybody that wants to help with that, we appreciate it. So subscribe, like, follow all the things. Leave us a voicemail. We haven't promoted the voicemail.
Yeah.
951-394-DIRT.
That's if you want some love advice or some fashion advice. I'll help you with your some of your fashion needs.
Fashion.
Oh yeah,
It's expanding to fashion now?
Nobody's calling about love advice or anything like that. So
Because I know you married my sister.
yeah, right. So let's just hey, I'll help. What goes with what?
Yeah, Matt's fashion advice is wear the Saints hat. Wear the Saints hat.
Saints hat,
The Saints
polo
hat or the
jeans.
Dodgers jeans. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Dodgers shirt
Yeah,
and
Come on,
the
this is
camo
the first
shorts.
time I wore like the Saints hat in a while. This Dodger stuff is typically like what I wear, 90% of the time.
Dodger blue.
That's right.
951-394-DIRT if you want Matt's love or fashion advice. And other than that, we'll talk about, I don't know, I don't think we have anything scheduled for next week just yet. We're working on that in the background. And we will talk to you later. Everybody have a good night. Thanks in the chat room for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Late.
All right, what kind of a shit show is going on in the chat room? I don't. Casey says, "Check your damn text." Well, dude, I'm in the middle of doing a show. I'm not paying attention to my phone right now. I received a picture. Hammers is happening. I keep putting in comments. You don't see it. I don't look at the comments when I will lose my train of thought. So January 28th to February 6th, Hammers is happening. So we got to plan something. I think Joe sent me the same thing. Yeah, Joe sent me the same thing.
What's funny is we always have 15 to 25 people in the chat, but we only always have 3 thumbs up.
Well, we're not good. Just because they're watching doesn't mean they like it.
That's true, Jose. It doesn't mean it's warranted.
That's true, but
Yeah.
I mean, dude, if you're gonna listen to the shit show, at least
We also don't
pump it up a little
We
bit.
don't have any thumbs down either.
That's actually true. I'm actually, you know what? I'll retract my last statement. I wish there were more thumbs up, yet I am happy we don't have any thumbs down.
Well,
And out of principle, I'll probably be the first one that thumbs it down.
yeah, let's see. We got two Fords are going on the winter expedition for sure. So you guys, we'll be able to tell you out plenty. Let's see. Oh no, Mud Raider. Tim has entered the building, and then Tim shows up and starts. What do you start saying? But man, it's we have quite a bit of chat activity tonight. I appreciate that, everybody. Yeah, for those of you that are in the chat room, thank you for showing up every Monday. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Again, the winter expedition will be the registration will be closing soon, and so if you want to go, you should get that registration done and go from there. Anything else, dudes?
We should record some content at this event.
Yeah. So are we gonna record around the campfire?
Every one of our events, I've brought the recorder, and it's
And
never.
nothing can be repeated, I guess. Some of those talks can't be recorded.
No. Here's my suggestion. What we should do is, shame, so good. When we get back to the campsite after the trail runs each day, we should get everybody together.
We should have a recap.
Everybody get together and have a conversation. We can go around and get feedback from everybody, and then put the recorder back away so you guys can do whatever you're gonna do all hours of the night while I'm sleeping in the tent. I'm just saying the conversations you're about to have, those don't need to be on the air. That's campfire only.
Well, how about this? How about, since you go to sleep early, how about you record what you think is podcasting gold?
Oh, no. You know what I'll do? I should have done this where it was Mojave when Tammy and Presley and I were in the tent, and I woke up to hear the conversation you have. I think I did a quick Instagram story. What I should do is stay awake in the tent just enough to hear what you guys are saying and do commentary. Be like, okay, now Matt is telling Jose that he's attractive. And then...
Yeah, I mean, it would just
Two
be
bros.
4 hours of that. You know what I really like? I like the sweatshirts that you wear, Jose, and I like the way that you... Whatever. I don't know.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it in the chat room. We're going to cut out the live feed, finish up our stuff, and we will talk to you guys later.